Hi, welcome to Travis Hall's podcast. I'm here tonight with Travis from Southern Higher Paranormal Society, Justin, also Southern Higher Paranormal, and Nacho, Verona Ghost Chasers. And tonight we are going beyond the spirits. Um, we talked about it's actually Travis's idea to do this. We always try to get a special guest on, someone that influences the paranormal world. Hasn't happened in a couple months, just been busy. They've been busy. And Travis like, we haven't done this in a while. Let's just all four of us get together and see what's going on. So I counted. It's been over 10 months since we started this. And, we'll catch up. I want to see how your group has changed. Sorry. How how your group's doing, future, past, and last 10 months that we haven't got together. And, really I'm interested in how your outlook in the paranormal has changed, of your philosophy of the paranormal. Mine has changed. What am I looking for? So, welcome to the show. And it's just going to be a bunch of people BSing tonight. So jump in, whatever. I don't have any questions lined up. So we'll start with Travis. I mean, 10 months, I haven't got really to investigate with you guys too much. So how's it been going?
It's been going good. Like you said, we haven't really had a chance to investigate together a whole lot and everything, just the conflicts. But the times that we have, the best one was OSR. Um, you put us on a new path and everything, doing a lot. We actually found one of our EVP recorders where we can sit there and listen to it live and everything, and we've been doing that Broadwell, and it's turned out really good for us on that aspect. But
Oh, you're talking about the headphones and everything?
yeah,
Yeah.
headphones and everything.
How's that
Uh,
working out?
So the one time we got to do it at Broadwell, it was actually just a kind of a little bit of a fluke thing. We had a small team came in. They invited us to come in and join them and everything because they're fairly new, don't have a lot of equipment. Some of the members kind of got spooked, left, didn't want to sign the ravers and everything. So it was just going to be her and her sister, and they reached out to us to come up and everything, and we did. And her sister was a big skeptic and everything. It's like, you know what? Your goal for myself is you guys need to turn me into a believer. It's like, well, we'll try. It's not
Yeah.
like, hey guys, perform. But the spirits there. We have that good rapport with them and everything, where they really trust us and love to communicate with us. And that was the most activity. And we was up and upstairs in one of the bedrooms, and Justin was doing a live listening session while doing the EVP recording, and freaks out, has me listen to it and everything. He's like, "Well, here." I'm like, "Sounds like a little girl crying." And everything. And clear as day, you just hear a faint whimper and everything that he was able to hear live. And just to be in that and everything kind of took me back to like when I was at OSR in the chair room. Just when I heard that breath come into that mic was, I mean, since chills.
Yeah.
So
It puts it in a different aspect when you hear it right there.
yeah,
So, Justin,
it's one thing. It's nice like if you go back and listening to it and everything,
yeah.
but capture it live and everything, know that you got it, and someone else is like, no, there was no one crying, or no, there was none of that sound. So
Yeah. Was that when you were like in the closet area on
Yeah.
the second floor? You were
Yeah.
live on Facebook, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I remember that because the guy that was in the other room heard something too, I
Yeah.
believe, because he
I do
kept
believe.
saying something.
uh, you're thinking of our the event and everything. This one
Oh
here, we
yeah,
did.
the event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't go live for this one because the owner of Broadwell reached out to us saying, "Hey, this team, they kind of seem unsure, uneasy. Two of the members said got spooked when they came out to sign the waivers. They said they was gonna go eat, so we went up and met. And it's like, and the one girl, she's like, I've been in this for a couple of years. She's like, we're not real established, but she's like, yeah, my our friends that wanted to try it and everything, but when it came to signing waivers, they didn't like it, so they're supposed to come back. And it's like, okay, well, how far did you travel? They're like 2.5 hours. So I'm like, well, look, we're not doing anything. If something happens, reach out to us and we'll try and make it right and everything. And then it's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm already laying down in bed. Justin calls me up. He's like, hey, did you see our Facebook message? I'm like, no. they reached out saying the girl's boyfriend had to take their friends back and everything. So we went up there and hung out for the night. But the other time that you talked and everything, yeah, that was a good experience. You guys were using what, the parabolic mic
Yeah,
at
so
that time,
we
Justin?
yeah, so it was recently when we did our event, and we got actually caught some crazy stuff because we're finally going through all of our DVR cameras and stuff. Starting to go through when Nacho and Deb came up with Verona Ghost and was with us at that we slept in that building. I don't know why they convinced me to do that. I slept right next to the doll at that, but
We're going to do it again too.
yeah, we are going to do it again. That is true. But
No
yeah,
radio
so
this time.
but we were down in the basement, and we had a guy with a parabolic microphone sitting down in the basement, and he was in another room over. Travis was inside doing the Estes. You can see everybody on camera, and you could hear somebody talking in that very back left part of this room in the basement. And he would peek around the corner. He's like, "Hey, do you hear this?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, yeah, "I'm glad that you're confirming it." And then we were all standing there trying to listen to Travis, and I was pushing this spirit a little bit too hard. It was probably one that I was pushing, but he typically I don't get a big response from them, but I was pushing pretty hardcore. And next thing you know, and we caught it on the audio caught it on the live, and our security cameras caught it. This loud shuffle, like it was full sprinting at us, and we all hear. You see all of us just shift and look over where it was, and we're like all on camera, like none of us is moving. And my chief's wife was with us, and she's the one that turns around and goes, "Let's go upstairs." And just walks up there. But yeah, it's cool to hear and see that, to hear the listen lives, man. And that's, we've gotten it on some other teams that were like, "Hey, check this out." Like, we did this at OSR, Ryan and them, and we were sitting with them and listening, and we did a session like that, and it's like it opens up so much more into hearing what's happening. So it's definitely pretty cool. Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Ryan. Or your mic's not working, bub.
Nothing.
Okay. Good.
There we go.
There you go.
This one's been
There you go.
disconnecting. I think it disconnected again.
You're good.
That's good.
Good.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to look for the light. Hey, yeah. I mean, the difference is we listen to like 2 or 3 weeks down the road, and then you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Now that you hear it live, now you can ask questions.
Yes.
And you'll follow up with that. So that's why I like it. So,
But
I mean,
that and like you said, sometimes with our work schedule, because I mean this is a passion, hobby, whatever you want to call for us and stuff. But I mean we still got normal daily lives that we have to do and everything, work, whatnot. So it can be 2 to 3 weeks. I mean we're going way behind and everything. I mean we still haven't
We're way
reviewed
behind.
stuff from December, just due to our work schedule. So I mean, we keep track logs and everything of what we kind of really jumped out to us at night and everything. But to sit there and do EVPs and everything, and then sit there and get back and try and remember everything is going to be a pain in the butt. So doing it live is even better. Hi, Donna.
I have 2 of these 2 terabyte drives full of investigations that I've never gotten around to.
Yeah,
And
I feel you,
I
man.
may never get around to them. And I've actually stopped taking my cameras. I don't even set up cameras anymore because I'm never going to get through them. Not at this point. With work, I go to work I leave from get up to go to work at 3:30 in the morning, and I don't have time. So we only do lives now, and whatever we get is what we get. I'll be recording on my phone. Deb might have her phone, and if anybody goes with us, Mark goes with us. He takes his camera. So I'm going to rely on everybody else for all that other footage, and I'm not going to do it until I've retired and I have time to even do this. And by then, I may not even want to do it then. It's just I've got so much backed up. I don't even care.
Yeah, and really, and you're right. Like, to another point, it also can raise questions in the public's eye as well that may be looking at our videos when we say, "Hey, we went December, here's the evidence, and we're a year later now. They're gonna be like, are you doctoring your stuff? Are you doing, you know what I mean? It does raise them questions, and that's the unfortunate part too. But I'm kind of with you. Like, I think I'll always continue to set up, and I'm just gonna continue to just have a massive backlog. But it's just, you know,
I think a lot of it is like at Broadwell. I mean, even though that place is tiny, there is always something going on there. I mean, like the last event that we had and everything, and I'm going to forget the name and everything, but the couple and everything that just they don't use no equipment whatsoever. The equipment they have is their cell phone and everything doing recording. They might have an EVP recorder and do some of that, but I mean they just go listen to the building, talk that way, and what they hear, what they capture through video is what they do. It's all natural. But I mean, to sit there and seen when they posted their video on YouTube and everything that our page shared, uh, sit there and seeing the door in the master bedroom close on them and everything, and it's like, so we helped install that door. That door is leveled. It's not. It does not move easy from current or air draft or anything like that. And watching it back and everything, even we went back on our cameras and everything when we start reviewing it. They didn't even get near the door to touch it and stuff, and they're already away for like a good minute and a half, and the door just slowly starts moving and then picks up speed. It's like, how do you explain that? But then out of that night so far and everything, they're still the best ones that had the best evidence from that investigation that they didn't even fully capture until they went and reviewed, and where they captured and for the master bedroom walking in the hallway to go towards it, they didn't even notice a figure on the right hand side of the doorway peeking around. They was focused on the one on the left, and we sat there and zoomed in on the one on the right. It's like you caught two figures when they was walking up. One peered around the door jam and everything, looked at them and everything, and ducked back, and then the other one was like falling down the door jam and stuff. It's just like, and we went and looked and everything on our end and everything. Our camera's just positioned enough where it wasn't capturing it.
Yeah,
it's like, ah,
heartbreaking. But that's just like, I was just like when Nacho and Deb was down at Broadwell, we were wrapping up for the night, man. We were done. We even cut the lives, everything, and that flashlight set for hours, man. It did not. Nobody even touched the mantle on the fireplace. It set for hours, and all of a sudden it flips on and just starts rolling, and then rolls all the way back to its wild. Wish we could have caught that on camera, but also there's another point of me that who knows, it may not have.
If we had the camera, I wouldn't done it.
No, so we got to experience something.
They didn't want to do it and everything. When we sat there, we thought we convinced them enough. It's like, hey, do it again if we got you on camera, and they never would. And then you even point out the camera above us. That's just for live view only. It doesn't record.
That's devastating too.
Yeah.
But at the same point, man, like I'm thankful that we were in the moment for that, because that was the most. That was wild. Like, you know, we tried to roll the flashlight some way, somehow, and it just not as far as it rolled, and rolled back to the original.
We debunked the hell out of that thing.
We did.
Cat ball going off.
And then we went to sleep
that's Samantha.
We went to sleep like 30 minutes later, so it was great.
No, it was not like 30 minutes.
Turning up all night long.
Yeah, 4:30 in the morning, and we had the Deliverance playing for us. A banjo song came on, just going to town, and it cranked up.
It cranked up, dude. The volume was so loud at one point. We were like, "What in the world?"
I scared Justin. Justin thought I became possessed because I just stood sat straight up from the cot and everything. I had to go use the restroom, but I mean, I'm a big guy, and the cot I chose and everything, I have to lay flat on my side, because if I lay flat, my shoulders are hanging off. So I kind of rolled real quick, and then Undertaker coming straight up and everything, and Justin seen me, and I didn't say nothing, and just walked away. And he's like, "I swear to God, if I hear him open the basement door, I'm leaving."
Hey, we already know I'm really good at abandoning him in places. I listen.
I mean, It's been a while. He has to get over that, you know.
I know, right? Like he's holding on to it. Jeez.
Yeah.
It was cold, okay? I'm thick, but I'm not insulated.
But yeah, it was a cool experience though, man.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
I mean, we get like
One of the
experiences and stuff. Like people are so gun ho about getting everything on video right now. But the main thing is the experience that you have. I mean,
Yeah.
Nacho knows, you guys all know. You guys have these experiences, you can show it, and people are going to say that's BS. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what they think. It's all that matters what you experience. You know what was real, what wasn't. So
Oh,
that's the way I look at it. That's why I don't
Yeah,
really put
like-
anything out there.
Yeah, like the flashlight and everything. I mean, that would be awesome, but I mean, I know for a fact we post it. You're gonna have people, oh, that's fake and stuff.
Yeah, you
And
understand.
everything.
Lucifer's cage is
Yeah.
empty.
Okay. All right. So we want to talk about changing perspective on some things here.
Good.
Okay.
We're not there. We're not there yet.
Okay. All right. All right.
We haven't got the Nacho yet.
Yeah, that's true. Nacho got me
Yeah.
excited for a second. I can wait. He got me all pumped up about this.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
So I got to work with Nacho last weekend, and it was a great time. You got to hang out a little bit. But besides that, Nacho, what have you been up to last 10 months? What's your group been doing?
So our group
Yeah.
is really not much of a group anymore. Mark and his daughter are like half-time members. They go with us some of the times. My sister go with us from time to time, but that's really it for my group. It's Deb and I, and we have spent the entire year doing collaborations. I scheduled one weekend of two, because I've got another one coming up, but I've scheduled 2 investigations that are for my team. And one was the weekend at the Octagon House. I had Steel City up one night, and then I had Travis and Justin up the next night with a couple of their people. And then the next one I scheduled is the Doss House, a couple weeks. But I've also invited Trap Souls, so it still is a Trap Souls. I did not invite Trap Souls. I'm sorry. I invited 27 Spirits, and there's Jennifer that just popped on. So we have just had the year of the collaboration. I think we have completed 30 investigations this year with 3 to go. We have the Doss House, we have Hinsdale, and we have the Monroe House. And then we are like probably done for the year. Just so much driving and going on. But one thing I picked up this year at the beginning, and I told you guys, I stopped using my cameras. But one thing I learned this year was when I go in and I walk through a place and I talk to the spirits and I introduce myself, and I tell them I want to interact with them. I've already, and maybe Broadwell. Yep, Deb, you're right. We're talking about doing Broadwell. One thing I never did before was I never asked them if we could record audio or video. And at the beginning of the year, we had a lot of issues recording. We would get audio and no video, or video and no audio. It just for whatever reason, the cameras just weren't working right. And I can't even remember who it was that said to me. Somebody said, "Did you have permission to record?" And I'm like, "Whoa, I didn't." And if you're going into somebody's house, I think it's only the right thing to do, right? So I started then asking if I hope you don't mind. I'd like to record tonight, and if you don't want me to, you're welcome to shut the cameras off. And from that time on, I didn't have any more issues with recording. So, and again, there's nothing scientific behind it other than I'm saying that I haven't had any more problems. And sometimes it's just about the respect, asking them if it's okay. And I thought I was doing the right thing by asking, hey, can we investigate tonight? Can we talk with you? Blah, blah, blah. But never once did I say, could we record? So once I came up with I didn't come up with it, but once I started doing it, we've had a lot better luck.
Yeah, that's
Just
working with other
weird,
groups. Yeah, so working with other groups, and that's the little stuff you learn. Little stuff like that you don't think about, and that's what Nacho knows being on a podcast, having your own podcast, you learn so much stuff just from talking to people. And I can tell you right now, I've learned more talking to people in the last year than I have investigating.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I mean, yeah, asking permission is smart. I always tell people like, hey, I'm here, I'm your visitor, this is your place. If you want to talk into the little red light, you can, or you go hit those wires, you can. But asking permission's not bad.
And it's worked for us. I mean, that's the big thing for me is and it may not work for everybody, but
No.
the fact that it works for us,
It's all matters.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So before we move on, you asked us, Ryan, what's new with you and everything. We've seen posts the past couple. Today and then the past couple weeks. So what's going on for you?
A lot of stuff. I mean, yeah, it's been, I can't say crazy, but it's, a few months ago, I decided to like next year, I want to concentrate more on the podcast. As again, I learned so much more talking to people than I do going out investigating. I still love investigating. My whole theory of still trying to get stories, keeping memories alive, investigating still holds true. That is my main point when I go investigate these pay to play places. But like, I think my thought has changed of what I'm trying to figure out is where are we talking to these spirits from? I think that's where we have, for me, that's what we have to figure out. Where is a different dimension? Is the same plane? Where are we talking from? It could be all of them. Because I think if we find out where we're talking to them, then we can go a step forward and find out who they are. I think because everybody wants to talk about different dimensions, multiverses, a lot of theories out there, but I'm more interested in that right now. Like, where are you? And there's so many theories out there, and that's why I love talking on podcasts. Everybody has their own theories. Every group that comes on here has their own theory. And every time I have a group on, I question myself. Like, damn, that's a good theory. Maybe that is true. So I am, that investigating wise, doing that. I'm helping out the Cleveland Paracon a little bit. Stephanie, she invited me to help her out doing some events because she has a lot going on. So I told her, hey, yeah, I'll help you out with some events. It's what I want to do anyways. That's why I started my group, is to teach new people. Not saying I know what I'm doing, but I do have some experience and I have the equipment. That's the most important part. So these new people don't have to go buy $400 worth of equipment to find out they don't like doing this. So
Well, not only that, it also, if they're on that fence and everything of, is it something I kind of want to do, or what is it and everything, it gives them the opportunity and everything. And it's not, we have seen places out there and everything, or tour agencies that does it and everything, that's strictly in for the money and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a location that was just recently bought by a well-known company that ruins the history of the locations and stuff.
yeah, we're not gonna name drop.
Yeah, no,
But we all know who it is if you
Yes.
follow Facebook or social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Stephanie asked me, I'm doing a West Theater in Barberton a few times, and I'll probably do Wildwood a few times and Coco's. And obviously, I'm trying to get out the, elementary school in Iowa, Fair Elementary, because I like to go out there and see it. But she's got a couple more locations. So, I mean, I'm excited for it. It's a new chapter. Get to meet a lot of new people, a lot of new investigators. That's what I'm all about. What's up, Damien? But I mean, yeah. Then yesterday I got an email to join ParaX Radio. No really clue. I've heard of them, not a clue. So I messaged Joe from 222 Paranormal because I saw he was on it. I'm like, what is this about? And he's like, dude, you gotta do it. He's like, they invite you? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, okay, do it. So yeah, I went on their website. You're supposed to apply for it, and someone must have said, hey, get Trap Souls on. So he said, start putting my podcast on there. He said, Joe told me, if you do this, you're probably gonna get more speaking engagements and paracons and stuff like that. So if that's gonna happen, I don't know. I don't care. So we'll just go and see where it goes. But yeah, my life has taken a turn into paranormal. It's from investigating to podcast to, you know, Stephanie's making me freaking do speaker at Cleveland Paracon, which I have no idea what I'm going to say yet. So we're going to go up there and wing it because usually I'm drinking bourbon while I do podcasts. So we'll see what happens. I mean, spirits during podcasts. So
I mean, as long as you get your trap souls mud, what does it matter what's in the mud, right?
Exactly.
No, it doesn't.
Exactly.
No, I mean, it's been cool. It's been, you know,
I mean,
again,
I'm drinking Texas right now.
oh yeah. But I mean, that's why I want to talk about you guys. Like, what direction are you guys going? You guys going to keep the same? I mean,
So I mean, for me personally, like where I kind of see where SOPs where we're wanting to branch off more is just more on the historical preservation side of things as
Okay.
well. Like we have several buildings down here that are extremely historical. They've been
Yeah,
reported
we
that
got the Buchanan House is the biggest one.
yeah, Buchanan
It's
House and
it's in the next township from us. The Buchanans are one of the original founding members of Washington Township. There's a house. It used to been the Claremont County Sheriff's Office used to run out of it and everything for years and stuff. And there's a bunch of reports and everything. But I mean, the history alone. I mean, they have their own cemetery. Looking at I started doing deep dive and everything. I mean, it's a big issue, and it's just sitting there. Um, we're in contacts with our local the county historical society. They're in the process of moving. They kind of think it's because we found out the building that I'm moving to has major history, haunted, possibly haunted. That's probably what they're thinking. But it's more or less actually to go just try and join them and everything because we love the history fact and sit there and find these locations and everything to help preserve and everything. I mean, they're on where the Buchanan House sits and everything. There's a cemetery back there that the township still takes care of. But I mean, it's just sitting there. It might be a little bit more of a legal issue and everything because the property it sits on is now owned by federal government. But I mean, something the building's just sitting there going to waste and knowing. I mean, I think I can't remember the year off the top of my head, but I mean, it was 1800s or something when Washington
yeah, it
Township
was
was found.
it was pre-Civil War, I do believe, right around Civil
Yeah.
War time. But we want to get more involved in our local communities with that. Share our history of our local communities, and if that brings paranormal to the front as well, great. That's awesome. If we think the building is possibly haunted, great. That's another way that we could help preserve the historical part of these
Right.
buildings. But we could, we want to get more involved in that aspect. Austin has been a great, great guidance on that with Underground Paranormal Network. Because that's what he does. He wants to preserve the history of these places, and so he's been kind of guiding us in that path. So, the place the historical society moved to is the Armory, and it's a pretty big building, and they're moving their museum inside of there as well. But they also are tight on funds, and the building is notoriously apparently like rated extremely high in one of the most haunted places here, and
For
it's
Claremont
like
County.
for Claremont County, and it's like what's a way that we could help our local historical societies be able to continue managing historical preservation,
Right.
and the paranormal side could be that to a point as well. We can help bring the paranormal to the front and withhold the historical preservation side. That's kind of while still doing investigations. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We still have
right.
so much more to do. You know what I mean? We have
Yeah.
so many more locations we want to go to with not only with you guys, but there's just so much more. So we're still going to be doing that, but we also kind of want to start twisting into that and also getting more involved with events, stuff like that. So
Yeah. I mean, our work schedule doesn't help and everything, but I mean, like me personally and everything, I want to experience what JW's doing with
Yeah.
Austin and everything on the World Gate project. I want to experience it. I watched the first episode when they sit there and done it at the granary in Bryan, Ohio. I want to experience it for myself because it's kind of like you and everything on you want to sit there and like is it alternate dimensions, time periods that we're talking to, and everything? JW's going on astral projection and everything, and some. I mean, it's been a while, but we released some of their findings and everything, and it's. I mean, they're doing it and stuff, and just trying to figure out. It's like, is that going to be another way we can sit there and investigate and stuff? Is that going to give us more answers?
But also also on that side, we've talked about people are doing these experiments, and I don't want JW to think I'm talking about it like I never would. I think the research is amazing. But what's the after? Like what's
You're
the
cutting in and out.
Oh, can you guys hear? Okay,
Yeah.
but like, what's the aftermath? You know what I mean? If we're actually opening up a portal by doing this research, if someone don't close it, what is it? What does this entail? You know what I mean? What is the aftermath of this research? And just kind of diving a little bit more into that research
Right.
side.
No, I mean it's just interesting. I mean, we can get into portals and all stuff. I think first we got to find out our portal's real. You know, then we can go from there.
I was going to say open one and find out.
Yeah. Stand by. Let me hook it up in my closet here.
No, I mean for me it's
You need
more
some dolls?
for me.
I'm all right.
I'm trying to get in more charity work. You know, we have a platform where we can actually, help others charity wise. I'm planning an event next year. I still have to get with Adam to, get all those details, but with his charity and everything. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm getting more charity work, doing more paracons, and I posted a couple weird posts the other day. Probably people thought I was possessed or going off the wall, and that's why I did it. I'm not possessed or going off the wall. It's just like,
Gotta have a soul to be possessed.
but I mean, I post that one, I'm out. And I just did that to forget people's reaction. Let them use their imagination.
What's up, RC?
What's up, Chris? And I posted another one, the circle of shrinking or whatever it is. And that came from someone I worked with before. She told me shrink your circle. And it makes sense to me. Now, it's not that I'm not going to work with groups. I mean, I always tell you guys I'm a solo investigator, but I want to work with other groups too. A lot of people go out there with the same people over and over and over, but what are we learning? So I just want to still work with, Nacho. I mean, me and Nacho, when we investigate together, just me and him, I think it's unbelievable.
We got some good shit.
Yeah, Penhurst was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I also want to go out, but I got invited to Florida, I got invited to New York by GI Brothers, I'm getting invited everywhere. So go out there and learn what they're doing too. That's what I meant, shrinking the circle is not just working with the same groups all the time, going out and learning and experiencing their places. I mean, that was not me getting possessed and people. I put that post up, I'm out, me walking through a door, dude, I got like 6 texts within like a minute. What's this mean? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm out, that's it. And it had no meaning to it. So everybody out there, it had no meaning to it. I just like causing issues sometimes because I think it's fun.
Hey, Ricky, what's up, buddy?
All right, so let's Damien, wing it for real. Everybody knows that's my motto on my podcast. I just wing the hell out of it. I don't do any research on any podcast. So we got Damien.
What's the point if you go do that and everything? Then you kind of almost know everything about them.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I tried scripted once, but again, someone asks a question, you're totally off topic. Then you just always let the questions lead to other questions, just like the paranormal.
Oh yeah.
Jennifer's on, Donna. I'm trying to scroll through everybody. Mary, Harvey, Livesey. David, what's up, David? Your name, I got your name sent to me like 3 times today for some reason. I'll contact you, tell you what they said. Nothing bad. But
so we talking about things getting out, right? So we were at we were at the Circle, the Octagon House in Circleville with Nacho and Deborah. They were so graciously amazing to invite us over there. So first time we'd been there, but we get in there and we were having problems with this random spirit that just never really was, like, to my knowledge, it was never been there before. It just came by and it changed the whole attitude
So,
of everything.
hang on. So a little bit, if you guys don't know the history of the Octagon, Nacho can explain it better. But I mean, it's tied back into the Underground Railroad and everything. It's been moved location and everything because where it originally sit, Walmart's built. So when it got moved and everything, a new foundation's put on. That foundation allows free entrances. Right where it sits is a radio tower that's pumping major EMF out and everything. Because I try to use a K2 meter later in it, and I mean the K2's just going haywire. It's useless. You got train tracks all over the place because Circleville for Ohio is a major railroad interstate and everything. So I mean, you have all this different energy coming into this central location.
Then we had people that were bickering and fighting all night long, bringing up all this negative energy, and there was a full moon.
Yeah, it was, dude. It was scattered. It was yeah, it was fun. But anyway, so just to make yeah. So at one point, because I don't want to, we'll discuss the other parts of that later. But the main point here that I want to talk about is we all at one point we were doing an SD session, and it was all of us electively, 4 of the guys was absolutely were so ticked off that we had to walk out of the building. And like, I was the first time it's ever happened to me. Like, I've never got mad at a location. Like
3 of us was pulled out, and the Nacho sat there and ended it himself and everything because it got personal. The spirit that was interacting with it called himself Michael. Ryan, you was in there on the podcast because it kept saying it followed us. It was with our doll Reagan and everything from Madison and stuff. But I mean, it sat there. It called us out by our first name, then our last name, then it sat there and done our middle name. So I was the first one. Justin was the first one to get tapped out. Then it was me. Someone else got tapped out. Then Nacho, he pulled himself out because it went personal. And
it said my sister's name, and I'm like, oh, fuck no, we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I removed our doll to sit there and figure it out, which I mean, it knew, and it was trying to figure out. Well, it didn't fully.
Put it under the car.
They got close in there. Yeah, it wasn't fully underneath the car. I had it. I mean, the back half maybe might have been touching, sitting underneath the bumper of the car. But I mean, still, I mean, it knew exactly where I went. It's like, still, the whole entire time that we had Reagan and everything, maybe something could attach, but I don't think it came from Madison and everything. I think also a lot of it is Justin's just feeding into it because he hates dolls.
Yeah, I can't stand dolls.
But it was definitely messing with our thoughts.
Yeah, and it was. It got to the point that it was getting so like I was getting.
All right, go ahead.
Like, I've never actually gotten mad during an investigation.
Oh, me neither.
And I was livid. And next thing I know, we're all outside. So me, Nacho, and Travis, we go back inside. We made everybody else stay out. So us 3 go inside to have a conversation with the spirit named Michael. And
I actually went in by myself.
Yeah, you went in and
I went in by myself, and then you guys came in.
Yeah, and we're sitting there, mind you, and all of a sudden, Nacho starts having like his really bad coughing fit. Sounded like he was being choked. Yeah, it sounded like he was getting choked. So we look over at him, and all of a sudden, Nacho with his head down goes,
hang on. We was told by Deborah, Deborah's like, if anything happens, we're pulling you out. And Nacho looks at Deborah's like, you're not pulling me out unless if I sit there and say I am. And he goes off inside it. So we follow. It's like, we can't just leave him, so we go in. This is happening. I'm getting ready to walk towards him and then everything. And Nacho just kind of looks at us, deep voice, still being choked up. Lucifer's cage is empty. We're like, what the fuck?
Dude, we were already. We're like, Nacho, you good? Nacho.
We're back. They were stepping back real quick.
We're like, what is happening to you?
He read because he was sitting in front of his cell phone live streaming, and he has a guy that truly changed my perspective.
Yeah.
And hear more of the backstory from Nacho and everything of this guy and everything that follows Nacho hardcore and everything wherever they go live and everything. He's in their live stream and stuff, but he calls himself a half demon, half human. Nacho can explain it better and everything on the whole backstory if he wants and everything. But hearing that, and then also it's like he got cleared up, and he's like, "No, I'm reading a live stream." And his portal box is still going, and you hear the tone of Michael is like nothing, basically like nothing's going to happen. Then all of a sudden, you hear a sucker punch, like you hear someone like,
Good. Yeah, you could hear somebody get punched in the gut.
and it's just like, and not.
Oh, I cut himself off. You muted yourself.
Yeah, sorry. Keyboard.
Excited, man.
Yeah.
You're excited.
You
But,
know how you keep a bunch of idiots in suspense? I'll tell you tomorrow.
But it's like how you like that and everything. It was just like we've only been doing this. I mean, for over a year and a half and stuff. We're not experienced. We're never going to call ourselves professionals. But I mean, the time that we're doing it and all the shows we watch, if you want to believe that it's legit because Hollywood and whatnot and stuff. But I mean, we've never heard that sound come through the port, any type of spirit box. I mean, it sounded like it was a physical reaction, like it got punched. This dude called in his buddies to sit there and handle the situation, and during that time, like all of a sudden, like you could legit feel the energy shifted and everything, where it was just like this heavy negative. I wouldn't say like bad negative, but just a heavy presence. And all of a sudden, it got light, and Nacho's like, "This is how this place is always supposed to feel." And stuff.
It stopped. There was no more from that person that night.
Yeah.
I've been back twice since, and there was nothing either night. But I'll tell you, the last night we were there, we had the portal running, and I heard the name Michael, and I just looked around, and I'm like, "Oh no!" And then it was like it said something like "Hi," and I'm like, "Oh, I think you learned your lesson." And then nothing again. So it could have just been a coincidence, but nobody else has picked up on Michael since that night.
Yeah, it was wild, man. Just because, like you said, the whole night it started out great, and then there was some arguments, stuff like that happened with some other people, and it was just like everything just seemed so tense, and it was like, what is happening? And we were trying to do Esty, and all of that was happening, and it was like it was literally the definition of agitation. Like it was bad, but it was a cool experience though. We thought Nacho was possessed. I'm not going to fight that. He's going to take me anytime, possessed or not possessed. I was out. Okay, just same with Travis. I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, bud, but you know. Yeah.
I mean, I was going to help till all of a sudden the deep voice of Nacho, Lucifer's cage is empty. I'm like, I didn't sign up for this shit.
Yeah. I don't know about this, but it was a good night, man. It was fun.
And looking back on it, if I could do it again, I would leave the building. I should have left long before I did. I'm stubborn. That's what I'm bullheaded, and you're not going to beat me. And I know I can't go toe to toe with the spirit. And had Mars not stepped up and sent his friends, it could have been bad. And I have to know when to say when. And I definitely learned a lesson that night. I'm not going to be so bullheaded. Because this stuff is serious. You can get really messed up. Not listening to your gut. And my gut told me to leave a long time before that. I mean, your throat starts closing up and you can't breathe. Get out. Don't play around. And I don't know. I was just stubborn.
Oh,
So-
and you bring up a good point though. Like Ryan mentioned first. Like what are the things that like the change of perspective of things? And my perspective of it is literally if you're not in the right mindset or mood set, don't investigate.
Okay.
You know,
Don't even go.
don't even go. Yeah.
I learned that last year, her and everything on Halloween night at the Broadwell when we done a public event. I mean, that's the day we put our mine and my wife's oldest pup down and everything. He had a severe heart condition that we found out, and but it's like I got this public event. I told everyone, hey, I'm just gonna kind of be back watching. Night progressed. I got interested, heard a couple things, and went toe to toe. And the one showed things that of what he truly can do and what he's able to figure it out. Because I mean, I didn't mention anything there personally on what happened that day. Just like Justin knew it was off site and everything. I was trying my best to keep it. I mean, push out my mind and everything, but like no one else there knew exactly what I just dealt with 6 hours prior and stuff.
Yeah. And that's where my perspective changed. One time we were bored. We had worked. We were like, me and Travis worked. Well, Travis was doing a 48 at one point. I think I did a 36, and we wanted to still investigate. So we were, we hadn't done it in a while. So we went up to Broadwell to investigate. None of us were in the right mindset, man. We weren't in the mood. We were tired. We were exhausted. And what came out of it was we didn't get very many interactions. And then when we did get a reaction, it was, just more of an attack on your mind than it was anything. And because for me, like I a lot of you may know, I mean, I know you guys know, but like I struggled when I was younger with suicide and self-harming and depression. And we were just sitting there talking, and I looked over during that night, and I looked over at one of our old members, and I was like, dude, these things don't even want to communicate with me. They're a bunch of a-holes. At that point, because we were there for a few hours and I had gotten nothing. I wasn't in the right mindset. First off, it's not fair to the spirits. It's not fair to the location, and it's not fair to myself. I should have never been there. But we heard our name. Travis was up in Lisa's closet, and we heard my name break over on the box, and I immediately just got this really bad gut feeling. And I'm like, I don't think I want to do that, but I did it anyway. I went up there, and I had no communication. I'm sitting there holding the bubbler. There was nothing, and I was getting agitated, and I was like, did you just, I know why you wanted me up here, because I was rude to you, and is it because of the conversation that I had downstairs? Because I was telling our old member about my mental struggles and stuff. So I let it know what was, my biggest weakness. And right when it said that, it said, ha ha, yeah. And the first thing that just clicked in my mind was everything that I did to myself when I was younger, like visually. And, listen, am I mad at the location for that? Am I mad at the spirits? No. Listen, I was rude to them. I had no right to be there, and that's where my perspective has changed. If you're not in the right mindset or mood, don't go there. It's not fair to yourself, your teammates, the other people you're investigating with, and it's definitely not fair to the spirits of the location. So
Yeah.
that's a big perspective change.
What's funny, I guess not funny, no, your story's not funny, but funny about that, we're all founders of our own group, and we tell all of our team members the same damn thing. If you don't feel right, go outside. And who's the dumbasses who always stay in?
And that's exactly the way it is.
Ah,
Do as I say, not
dumbass
as I
number
do.
one.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot I want to go over here. Taking a little notes. So we'll get to Dot the Gun House. Michael was attached to the doll.
I don't think so. No, because I mean,
Was Mike already there?
No, Michael came off of the train.
Yeah, that's what our belief is. We believe that because of the
believe-
amount of traveling that happens via the trains, they're already the energetic field that was presented by the massive radio tower that it was sitting right next to it. I just feel like it was a traveling. It was just the
Yeah.
energy.
The negativity The
'Cause, I
negativity
mean,
from the people that run the place. They were the three of them were bickering all night. So they brought all this negativity. The full moon helped it, and this spirit just came right off at the damn train tracks. It's only a few, I don't know, 300 yards from the house. There's
Yeah.
10 train tracks right there. So I believe it was somebody that was going by and just felt the energy and was like, I'm gonna take advantage of this.
Yeah, because when we first got there, I mean, we didn't get a chance to go inside yet and everything. But I mean, Nacho and Deb and everything done an investigation the night before with Steel City Paranormal and everything. So I mean, they've been on that location. We get there outside. I mean, it felt calm, and then when we finally got in, calm energy. But as it progressed, the people there and everything, the three people and stuff. The bickering going on and everything, it just kind of started setting in. And then it was like during the one time server investigation when we first done the states and everything. We all recall there was two major trains that came through, and then all of a sudden, like that energy got heavy.
Yeah.
Well, at first, I watched that live, and you guys thought it was a doll in the beginning.
Yeah.
So
that's what it said. It's like I'm new here, or like we're asking questions, and like because also it's like I'm Michael. Who are you? And we're feeling this ever presence. Is that you? Oh, that's me. Where did you come from? I came from a doll. It's like we're the only ones that had the dolls with us, and I think really we only brought Rosalie in at that time.
No,
it's like Reagan. It's like, okay, so where did he come from? And I mean, on the outside and everything, and even prior to this and stuff, I mean, we talked about like where we went, especially with the three people and stuff where we've been investigating stuff. So I mean, that's lingering out. It's still in the back of our mind, and it's kind of like him hauling around till we kind of. Well, did you come from Madison? Oh yeah, I came from Madison. And it's like
being smart ass.
Yeah, and that's literally what it was. Yeah,
we definitely fed it the answers that it wanted.
Yeah.
So and that's another thing that has changed with me is don't give them an answer, right? Don't give them an opportunity to use an answer that you want to give them. Let them answer you without, and they may have heard you say it before, or they may hear you say it later, but don't say, well, did you come from Madison? Where did you come from? Tell me where you came from, and make them say it. Because I think we gave him a lot of easy answers and an opportunity to just kind of terrorize us a little bit, right?
Yeah,
the biggest thing that still stunts me today is obviously it was able to watch and everything, but still to pinpoint exact vehicle that I placed Reagan by.
Yeah, that was eerie.
It was. I mean, granted, I done it to my vehicle and everything, but I mean, still, I had it basically sitting underneath a bumper because I took it out of the building and everything because I'm like, I'm going to debunk. I'm taking the K2. The K2's going hectic. I'm like, it's never done this before. Then I start walking around the property and everything. The K2's still going hectic. Then I sit there and look. Okay, radio tower. This is useless. Set Reagan back by the vehicle and everything because I'm like I'm not going to be able to. I'm not walking this distance to get away from this radio tower. I'm too fat for that. So I set it back underneath the vehicle. Did not tell anyone else besides Reagan has been removed from this building, and we didn't. Everyone else is asking answers and everything, and finally it's like it's underneath a blue car. I'm like, well, fuck. Okay.
Now, I will say, I know that we don't believe, like our belief is not that, it was Reagan at all. But I will say ever since that night, Reagan has not worked properly. And we think that we're hoping that it's just a wire disconnect, but it's definitely odd because it's
wire disconnect. It's wire disconnect.
We'll go with that.
Yeah,
well,
that's what we'll go with.
So, I mean, at first we was, but this past public event we done and everything, I finally got Reagan to work, and I had to squeeze the wires. I think a lot of it is just how we're kind of transporting her and
How it's
everything.
yeah, man. It's not. It was a quick wire job. That Austin was trying to do something nice for us, and I know he'll fix it once we send it out. But
Yeah.
but yeah, man. And that brings us back to that point. Like that our perspective changed on that too. Me and Travis for the event, since I know this is gonna sound wild, but Travis drove up. We went to go get an AC unit, one of my AC units, because it was so hot in the building. We wanted to try to give him a cooling station, but we weren't talking about our planning for the night until we were driving back to my house to get my AC unit, because we didn't want the spirits to know what our game plan was. And it's because it seems like every time we game plan there, it never happens the way.
You can't game plan.
Yeah.
We figure that out. That was something us being new and everything. It's like, okay, we get there, meet with the owners or the person that's in charge of the building, get the history and stuff, and this is what we're going to do. Okay, is set up all of our equipment, and then it's time for investigation. This is the first location, blah blah blah, and it's just never worked out. And now, and like you said, you got to wing it. And I mean, and a lot of it is it took us to learn, and everything is, I mean, doing that and everything, trying to have a game plan and everything is also just like trying to make the spirits perform for us,
Yeah.
and it's like that's not why we want to do this.
No.
So like our biggest thing is whenever we go there, like this past public event, me and Justin gets there, start setting up our cameras and stuff. It's like, hey guys, you know us, we're bringing people in. Hopefully you guys are good with that and everything, but we're going to make sure they're doing right and respect you. They're on this. We're hoping they're on a similar belief as us, but we just want to hear your story and everything, interact with you. Whether you do that or not, that's up to you. But I mean, the door's open where we're going to be respectful and try and get your story out there and try and learn more about you and everything and what happened with you and stuff. And since we've been doing that at Broadwell and everything, it's the activity for us has unleashed. And I mean, it seems like it's been happening here lately for a lot of teams that's been going there, that's been booking. The activity has been off the charts for them.
Yeah, I will say, like, the book because we have a book laid out there that people can write in and stuff, and it's some of the stuff though is there's slowly been a shift that's happening at Broadwell that we've noticed for a new. It's just a different energy that's waved in. We don't know if it's what somebody maybe did when they were investigating, or if it's a spirit that's just gaining enough energy now that it's like, this is my place. You know what I mean? We don't know. So it just adds another layer for us to go through at Broadwell, and I enjoy that. Yeah. But
because I mean,
it's going to keep adding layers. So
that's
the thing.
Like
more people ask questions.
Adam Kimmel, he touched on that and everything.
Yeah,
and that's changed my perspective and everything. It's like the theory is, okay, we're there no matter where we go and everything. We're giving off energy and everything. So when we're there at Madison, we get scared, slam a door and everything. Later on, the same interaction happened. Is that one of us doing that, or is that the actual spirits of that place? And after he mentioned that, it's like, oh crap.
Yeah, there's a lot with that.
Yeah,
there's a lot of theories. I mean, he's going to come back on, I'm going to assume soon, because that's another 2-hour podcast with him.
Yeah, we got to get Austin back on because his theories.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to talk about one story. I did tell Nacho this when we were at Pennhurst. Mark and I went up to the second floor of Pennhurst, the main building where we're at. And you guys are going to appreciate this, I believe. Mark and I were up there. Nothing was really happening. Right in the spirit box, female came over. I forget her name. Doesn't matter. I asked, can you leave this room, this floor? No. Why can't you leave? Because of the one. I was like, you effing serious, dude? Because I mean, he talked about that a lot. The one. I'm like, the one? Yes. Are you scared of the one? Yes. I do. I went right down and told Nacho the story.
You
Well,
did.
and you know what's wild is that correlates so much with the way one is at Broadwell, because
Yeah.
so many times it's control of the spirits. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you ask, like, hey, like you'll hear, I can't, he's coming. You know, are you stuck here? I can't, he's coming. You know what I mean? Like it's like he locks down the area, and that's what makes my curiosity, because I think it's Sleeper Mortuary, correct? That has a spirit named the One there too, right?
Yes, I was listening the whole entire time and it really intrigued me. But yes, Sleeper Mortuary. It was, I can't remember the name, but another paranormal team. They're in like New York area and everything. I really love them and everything. I know the name. She always ends with Rebecca. She made a comment and everything. I comment on it. She tagged another team because I mentioned Sleeper Mortuary. Another team that's Illinois area. They're dealing with a similar one, and their theory is it's a hierarchy
That's
that they're
what I'm
dealing with.
thinking. I don't think it's one entity.
No,
No,
I think
I
it's
agree with that.
what we would call like the president of the United States. You know,
Yeah.
that person, and they know he's the one of that place.
Yeah. Yeah,
mean,
no,
that's-
I agree with that, and I do, but then it's like, okay, if we're talking that kind of power, what kind of spirit truly is it? You know what I mean? Like, is
that
it the
takes-
ownership? Is it the,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's where I want to dive deeper in, even
But
more
that takes
so.
us to another thing. How do they know they call themselves the one? Can we communicate over vast distances?
I mean, I would love to do it more and everything, but I mean, we just done it the other night and everything
Yeah.
when we were sitting at the Broadwell and you guys were at ISS. And I mean, all the times that we've been there, I have never once gone under or having the spirit box. Megan had her Fent box going. Nacho had their portal box going. I mean, all the teams going there. We have never heard when we've been there, Indiana ever coming through.
Right.
And we didn't even sit there and ask the question. It came on from over the phone and everything. I think it was Chris from RC Paranormal sit there and ask where you're from, because it was shortly after I sit there and say new energy, and he's like, "Where's this new energy?" And I go, Indiana. And I'm just me being under. I'm just like, that's weird, but
And then another cool thing was, you know, we were sitting there just asking, you know, like, you know, where you're from, where are you, like, you know, could you come, you know, come talk to us? And all of a sudden, Travis goes, on your left. I'm on your left.
I said that before. That's what
and
they
you
said.
were saying, yeah, and then all of a sudden we get no communication, and then all of a sudden he's getting the same things being said, and it's like,
Yeah, I'm on your left. And that's what they were like. When I came out, Caitlin's like, dude, that was ridiculous. Like, they can communicate or travel fast distance quick, because I haven't watched it yet. I tried to download yours off Facebook, but I can't. So
I'll hook my other hard drive up that I put everything paranormal on. I'll sit there and download it, and then hopefully I can send that over to.
Because I like to get ours together.
Yes.
See what?
Yeah,
Because she said, I said on the left, then you said like, yeah, I'm on your left or something. But again, I have to watch it and see. But I mean, that's pretty ridiculous.
No, and see, and that's where I think it'd be cool. Like, if we could do, like, if, you know, a 4-way S, or, you know, honestly, a 4-way Estes where we have one of each at a different location, and just, hey, what can we get? You know, is there any way that we could get correlation? And that's another part of me that, you know, when we were talking about like what's next, like what do we want to do? I'm with you. I'm with you on this of the what are we talking to? Like, and what, like, where are they? You know, if we're getting the same responses, how are you traveling? You know, I mean, I want to know this.
Like when we the whole team met with Austin and everything. I mean, he was sitting there telling us and everything. I mean, the true theory for the spirit box was the creator of it and everything. He believed that you was talking to extraterrestrials, and you wasn't supposed to ask questions. So I mean, could that be it and everything still? And we're just thinking we're talking to spirits, or are we phoning home for ET and stuff?
I mean, that'd be kind of dope. I ain't gonna lie. I want his.
Reese me Reese Pieces. I'm good with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, man, I call ET. I at least get his autograph first. Come on now.
Well, I mean, just going from that and everything, it's like, so how did we go from the creator? This is his idea to now years later and everything. And it's like, no, we're communicating spirits.
Right. I mean, I think those are the type of questions a lot of us have to start asking. Like, how can they talk from past? Or was it the same spirit traveling that fast?
Yep.
Those are things that intrigue me to try to find out.
I mean, even though Michael ticked me off at the Octagon House, I would still like to meet him and everything to know where he come from. Why is he so suffering and stuff? Why does he have that type of demeanor and everything? What happened to him to create where when he shows up, it was almost like the one, because when he showed up and everything, there was no other spirits there. I don't think we really truly get to experience Octagon like how Nacho always has, because at that time he was like 17, 18 investigations in there. We didn't kind of really get to experience that, because once he showed up, he controlled it. Then once he left and everything, or got put in his place, it calmed down and we got a little bit, but we didn't get to experience Octagon how it truly was.
Right.
Like how can they get that much energy and everything and stuff? And sometimes, I mean, I don't know if anyone here watching or you guys. I'm a big supernatural fan and everything. I think a lot of it and everything kind of does good and everything, but also kind of puts in a different perspective. Their theory is, when they done the show, is when you first die and everything, if you don't sit there and go to the light, whatever you believe and stuff, if you choose to hang back and escape death, it takes a while to learn and build the energy and everything, because throughout the series you got these spirits that they can do and move anything and everything, interact, full body apparition and stuff. So I mean, is that what we're dealing with? Do they have to be dead for a certain period of time? Do they have to have something traumatic to sit there and make them a certain way where they are able to do stuff?
Yeah, man, dude, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, like the book I showed was the Scream of the Haunted House. I posted. I got interviewed for that book, and I read that book. A lot of stuff that we talked about, like what is paranormal, he asked that in that book, and that book is just a lot of quotes from different podcasters, priests. Actually, I mean, it was a great book to read. Even though I liked it because I was mentioning it like 3 times, so I mean that's cool. But
what's the book name so I can have that at it?
I think it's The House That Screams, or Scream of the Haunted House. They'll be on the show, supposed to be on the show coming up. But I mean, it kind of like everything we talked about in the beginning of the book was what we always talk about. What is it? Now, I'm a big believer in, if you don't have a belief for the afterlife, that's who we're talking to. If you have nowhere to go, because you have to believe you're going to heaven or hell. We all want to believe we're going to heaven. But if you don't believe in that, and you believe your life is done after, then that's who we're talking to, because you have nowhere to go. Purgatory, whatever they want to call it. But
also, I mean, my theory is also, I mean, I'm a believer in everything, but I mean, it's also sister and states during the end times and everything. The graves will bust open and the spirits from the heavens and everything and meet and everything. Is that also where we kind of linger? Do we, as soon as we die, do we automatically get to sit there and see the pearly gates and go in, or are we sitting in in a waiting area for our judgment? Because I mean, no matter what, when the time comes, if you're a believer in the Bible and everything, Christianity, not forcing it, but I mean, it's no matter what, your judgment's coming, whether you believe or not. Judgment comes. Being a believer, you still get judged. So
I mean, there's only one way to find out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. And he also mentioned a book, someone else mentioned, I can't quote it. I don't know who said it. Like, how you die is how you lived. If you lived a miserable life, that's how you die. I don't know if I'm totally on board with that. But
I don't know.
you,
I mean,
but if you did not live your full life to what you believed you could live, so your story is not finished, are you here trying to finish your story?
okay.
That makes sense too. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
dude, there's way too many.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole of like how you are in life and everything. If you're stuck in the afterlife, no matter you believe, I think that's how you're going to be. We got to experience that when we was at Jonesville Rest Home. We had amazing interactions. We can't post a lot of stuff because the owner of the location and everything. But I mean, there's a spirit that everyone tries to sit there and say they're demonic, whatnot. They're not. The spirit's just an asshole because he was an asshole in real life.
Yeah.
I had amazing interaction with him and everything because I'm blunt and truthful. I can be an asshole, and I mean, for an hour and a half, me and him was cutting up and everything. I'm like, does it piss you off? People calls you demon. He's like, fuck yeah. I'm like, was you basically an asshole in real life? He's like, oh yeah, I love to joke and shit throughout the time of talking to him, but he just loved to joke. He was an asshole. If he didn't think highly of you, he let you know from the get go. And a lot of new teams that comes there or whatnot, or people that wants to try and get the views and stuff, they it's a demon, and it wasn't.
Yeah, and Deb brings up a good point here. I had to put my glasses on because I'm blind without them.
I saw it. Don't worry.
I was trying to read it, and I'm like, I can't. But Deb,
because of that glare.
Yeah, I know. I was like, man, that glare is actually really bad. But one of my biggest questions about spirits is this: does a person need to be deceased for a certain amount of time before a spirit actually can communicate with you? There, that's better. That's actually bigger words there. Is there a shelf life for a spirit? And I would like to say, I mean, that's a definite possibility. Like, and here's the thing, and I like that you bring this too, Deb, is I think all of it can be true. Is there a possibility that all of it can just be, hey, there's a hierarchy. You're not able to speak unless you're given permission to, because now you're in this hierarchy of against the spirit that might be taking control of the situation. Or is it because you literally, or are you trying to figure out, you have to come to terms that you're deceased now? Maybe you have to figure out how to get the energy. Like Deb says, you got to have some shelf life. I like that the theories of that.
I mean, not only that, I mean, when we had them at Broadwell, we start getting weird answers that was more towards our time, and like basically almost like, what's up?
Oh yeah,
I mean, it wasn't even our own device. It was Nacho's portal box and everything. We hear during the investigation, Spider-Man. I'm live streaming, so I told Justin, give me your phone, because I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, Spider-Man is a comic book and everything. I'm going down that path. When did Spider-Man comic book first issued and everything? It was still within the timeline of that place being a funeral home. So it's like, okay, was Spider-Man your favorite character? We never got answers on that and everything until, later on. We kind of figure there's most likely a mimic there at Broadwell.
I love mimics.
That's kind of really shifting the energy, because it's pissing the one off and all the other spirits off, but mainly the one. But I mean, sitting there dealing with that, like we thought Deborah and them was still in the basement.
Yeah.
Justin Nacho watched them, or at least come to find out, they believe they watched them go upstairs, and it wasn't, and everything. I mean, that can be a whole nother topic, but I mean,
I asked Nacho, because I never asked Nacho, what's the afterlife?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we all don't know. Let's get this out there. I'm sick of people saying, I know.
It's whatever you want to believe.
So,
what do you want to believe?
So, yeah, right. I mean, we all want to believe that you're going to go to heaven and you're going to see your family and your friends and your pets and you're going to be able to live the best life you've ever lived, and there's no more pain and there's no more hurt. But then we communicate with spirits that are hurting, and we communicate with spirits that are lost, and it really makes you question everything, right? I mean, and we're looking for answers, but we're getting more questions than we're ever going to get answers, right? That's the whole thing. I like questions because it gives me something else to strive for. But when you're really looking at how long have people been doing the paranormal? A very long time.
Right.
And where have we got? Just more questions.
More questions. I think we'll start to get some answers in our lifetime. Some. I think we're still like.
Oh,
I mean.
Oh yeah, we're so far. I mean, there's some that we could kind of pinpoint, but I mean, we're still far from that golden egg.
And so, yeah, I mean, like you have these spirits that are pissed off, and you have these spirits that are crying for help, and you have spirits that are just lost. And then there's one we ran across one the other day, and we've never experienced this before. When we were at ISS, we were down in the nurse station. Everybody else left to do their thing, and Mark kind of walked down the hallway. I don't remember I think he saw a light. So he walked toward this room, and he had his K2 in his hand, and he kind of like stuck it in the door, hey, is anybody in there? And all of a sudden you see that K2 just light up, right? And then he backs up, and he's like, can you come here? And as he backs up, you see the K2 go down, and then it lights back up. He's like, can you follow me up here to where everybody else is at? And he'd walk a few steps, and the K2 would drop, and he'd stop, and turn around, and here comes the K2 up again. He did it all the way back to us. And I'm like, what's going on, right? I mean, I've never seen a spirit follow anybody around. So Mark decided him and his daughter went off and took a walk, and me and Megan went and took a break, and Rob was doing something else. And we were up at the Welcome Center or whatever. And we decided to do an Estes. And I'm sitting in the back room away from everybody, and Megan and Deb were asking questions, and all of a sudden, hi, Mark. And then I said Mark's name 2 or 3 times, and I have it recorded. I can't really tell you what was said, but I felt like somebody was flirting with Mark. Okay. Well, now after we're done with the Estes, I found out that Mark and his daughter and Rob came into the building about the time I said, hey, Mark. And the spirit was actually flirting with Mark. And his daughter said, he's married. And it was something to the effect of, I don't care. And it was just this whole flirtatious type thing that I've never experienced before. And I've never seen a spirit act this way. And he's still telling us that this K2, everywhere he goes, just lights up. Now, obviously, at the end of the night, we saged him, we prayed over him, we hit him with holy water. We ran the whole gamut on him because he was a little freaked out. Mark doesn't get freaked out. But I've never seen a spirit act that way, right? It was very personal. It was very I can't explain it. So where does this come from? Because I've never seen it. Have you guys ever experienced anything like that? That a spirit is just off the wall, playful?
Well, no, not playful, possibly, but not to a single person like that.
Right. It was like locked in, and it followed Mark everywhere he went for that night.
Yeah,
I could say Mark does open himself up though when he investigates too,
and but he's very calm and collected.
Right.
And for him to even be a little freaked out was a big deal to me because I'm like, he does. He tries to debunk everything in the world, and sometimes I think he goes even farther than he needs to go. And this time there were just no answers. But and then I joked with him because we were also staying in a haunted jail. I'm like, dude, you got a succubus. You're going to get in that jail in you're going to have a wild night tonight. And he did. So, yeah, I guess he was a little disappointed. He was a little disappointed.
He was he was sad. He's like, oh, but no, it goes back to the thing though. Like it opens it up. Like when you were mentioned earlier, no Nacho is asking for permission to record, asking for permission, and he was almost like he was asking for permission of, hey, is there anybody in here? Are you okay? Like it in that spirit could have very well taken it that way of like, oh, this is a handsome fella here, like, he's caring about me. He's singling me out, whereas everybody else is just asking general questions, maybe. And he felt, and that spirit could have felt singled out. That could be one theory. It could have been, a really, really playful spirit. It's definitely interesting to see. But like you said, once again, we can come up with 10 different theories what it could be, but we come up with the same questions, And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing because it keeps us intrigued. Because if we have answers for everything, what's the purpose?
Oh, we're done. Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
There's no more.
And I would even say that for life in general. I'm not saying it to like sound oppressive or anything, but like if we had the answers for everything, and we had no curiosity left, where would we be? And honestly, it's a scary world to think if we didn't have a curiosity.
Well, that's everything. Science, everything. I mean, how do we get everything? It comes from an idea, the curiosity. This laptop, everybody's like kind of curious. Can I make a computer? Everything comes from something. That's just the life of it. Okay, we're hour 20 minutes into this. Let's get into what's happening in the future of our teams. Like, what are your plans? I mean, I know my plans, I think. Maybe.
No, to get invited for something else.
Let's avoid this question now. I don't remember.
Okay, so let's get in this real quick. I'm going to say this once. The paranormal debate. Okay, I started that up. I got 2 more scheduled up. Next up is psychic mediums. Then after that, it's going to be para what? We talk about para unity. We're not going to get in that. We're going to say that for a debate because
I'm down for it.
I have thoughts on it, and I might get kicked off Facebook after that one, but that's fine. Psychic mediums, I might be kicked off after psychic mediums too. Yeah. But I do want to say, I tell everybody this because everybody always comments. Read my freaking comments before you want to comment on my comment, okay? I'm not here to debunk anybody. I'm not here to call anybody BS. I just want to know what the hell is going on in the paranormal world. Okay, we have to ask these questions. I want you to say
it was like when you sit there and first started the first episode and everything about the dolls. You got all the people that sit there and believe them dolls and everything.
I don't believe in dolls.
Yeah, me neither.
I do have a question for Nacho. Let me get to top with Nacho. We'll debate dolls real quick, okay? So you have that doll, the cat ball is going off behind you, and I could be 100% wrong on this. Now, what if you have attachment, Nacho, and the only time that you're in there, your attachment is what is making that cat ball go off because it's trying to get your attention?
You're already wrong because it went off when he's not there. He told that.
It happens even more when I'm not here.
So it's smart. No, I'm joking.
So yeah, right. I go to work and if like when I'm done tonight, I usually turn all the cat balls off.
Yeah.
But if I forget to, then Deb will be down here tomorrow and she'll send me a video of all the cat balls going off at one time, or most of them going off at one time. And she's like, why didn't you turn these cat balls off? It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I can tell you that over the last couple of weeks, we hear footsteps upstairs in our house that we've never heard before.
All right. So do you believe the doll is haunted, or does the doll have an attachment?
I mean,
it could be either or.
If it's attachment, ain't it haunted?
Isn't it the same?
No. I mean, if you're hearing footsteps, is a doll walking across the floor? Or is it the spirit that's attached to a doll?
Yeah, I don't know that.
No, I don't know. That's all I'm asking.
I mean, it's.
I mean, if you
But-
see
but I
if you see
think-
her walking crowd down the hall, you might want to be. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if one of these dolls
I
is
mean,
walking down the hall,
I personally tell you, if I ever see
It's
a doll
coming to
walking
Justin
down the
tomorrow.
hallway, I'm punting it. I'm punting it right out the window if I see a
you
doll
know,
walking.
I'm going to be honest. Talking about that theory, though, real quick about the what would you do situation, I would love to say that I would kick it, but I'm most likely going to be crawled up in a ball, laying in a corner, bawling my eyes out, screaming for my mom. I
Well,
am
yeah, but-
not lying. If I see a
because you
doll
already
walking,
don't like the dolls.
exactly,
You
and
already don't like them, so
I
Yeah.
will be in a mental institute. But
But
to be
what
on the
if-
topic,
But what if it's in your living room or your kitchen doing the dishes?
that's great. I'm still going to be in a ball
Some
crying.
dinner while you're there.
It's because it's just listen, man, it's out of the normal. Like, is this something that eventually I could get used to? Like say if a doll's like, hey, I'm your new friend and I'm going to live here and help you take care of stuff. Heck, I'm going to get a job and help you pay the bills. I might be freaked out and scared for a while, but I maybe could get used to it. But on a serious note, though, with the attachment, with it not being attached, is it haunted? It's an intriguing topic because it's, once again, it raises more questions
It does.
than not. Like, could it be both? Could it be haunted and it have spirit attached because it has energy in it?
I think it's both. I think majority, and this is just my opinion, obviously, is that majority are attachments to the doll. Now, I think dolls can be haunted when they had a tragic something. I always believe something that has to be like haunted. It has to be something that, brings someone peace, brings someone, they're attached to that object. But again, it could be attached. And I always say this, something can be attached to a doll because we're asking questions to that doll. We're giving attention to that doll. So if you want your questions answered, I mean, you're just not talking in thin air unless we go on an investigation. But if you want, people talk to dolls. And if you want your answer's question, you're going to attach yourself to a doll. So that's who.
Yeah,
That's how you get your questions out.
yeah, and you bring up you do bring up an even better point to the next of what would make it haunted versus attached is like say they make those realistic dolls now where you can actually replicate your baby.
Right.
There's some people. I have a family member that her baby passed away at 1 year old, and she ended up getting a doll made that looks just like her.
Right.
And I'm not downing that. I think that's great if that helps you. That's awesome. But I worry because it's like that's an attachment level. That's an obsession level,
Yes.
especially
Yes.
when some of them are carrying them and taking them with them in the vehicles, and
Right.
that's not uncommon now, and that's an obsession thing. And it's like, okay, you guys know my absolute fear of dolls. How is a spirit going to actually get the best of me? By trying to make me think it's in that doll, or trying to communicate through that doll with me. It knows that's my weakness. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if it knows that, it knows that's my weakness. So to
it
me,
knows.
it would be impossible for me to be able to help you guys figure out if a doll is actually attached or not, because I have the opposite of an obsession with dolls. I have a
Right.
fear of them, So I wouldn't be beneficial. Now with you guys have the curiosity. It doesn't really care, it doesn't scare you guys. It doesn't have a fear of them. Whereas you guys can have that more open mind. My mind is closed. They're freaky. You know what I mean? And that's where I
The
struggle.
only time I get feared of dolls is, you already mentioned, the realistic dolls. Them fuckers creep me out and everything. My daughter, 7 years old, she has one, and she actually has two. The one that's here at the house and everything came from her aunt and everything. I sit there, told her, fine, she loves baby dolls, but you sit there and get one made, the eyes has to be closed. She has another one that another family member got, and it's at my parents' house and everything, because the eyes are open. And I mean, when you hold it, it looks like, it straight up looks like a real life human being. Yeah, that just, nah.
It's a creepy
Porcelain
factor.
dolls kind of somewhat give me the creeps and everything, because it always feels like you're watching you. But these realistic dolls, on how they can make it look like, nah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I mean that's the whole thing. Like you guys talk about, like I don't have dolls. Like I bought a doll in the UK, gave it to Stephanie.
Well, I mean, you
Whatever.
do. It's locked up in your attic.
Oh, that fucker. Yeah, that was locked in. So not 99% of dolls, I think, are BS. That's my theory. And people are like, "Oh, you don't like people with dolls." I've never said that. Okay. If Nacho wants to bring one of his haunted dolls on investigations, I have no problem with it. Apps the same thing. If you want to use an app on investigation, I have no problem with that. It does not affect me. And this is where you get into the respect part. Like, cool, you have an app. Do I believe in apps? Hell no. Okay, that's just my theory.
I'm same with you on that and everything. Till when we was at MetaPoint, we had two people using the same app. We was up in what's called the blackout room at MetaPoint School. There's a person that was ultimately murdered, basically back in 2015. He came through on our bubbler, and we all felt the overwhelming. I sit there and that because Justin sat there and asked like, "Hey, we have an open seat because where I'm sitting at, there's an open seat." Justin and then the other two people using the cell phone apps of the same one. Justin's like, "Open seat. Any spirit wants to come and join us." All of a sudden, all of us sit there and felt this overwhelming sadness. And I sit there and ask, "Hey, is this you?" Through our bubbler, we hear, "Yeah," on a male's voice. And the person sitting to my right knows Middle Point, knows the history and everything. Sits there and it's like, "Hey, is this truly you?" And through the person straight across from me using the spirit apps, like we get a response, "Where's my body?" She's like, "We are still looking. We have not given up." And at the same time, both of their apps sit there and swear to God, both of them sit there and say, "I appreciate you."
I mean, all right.
I'm still not a big believer in apps and everything. Other people use it. I'm like, "Hey, you do you and everything." Because how are you telling me? Yeah, I mean my cell phone's $1,000 and everything, but you're telling me I can download an app and automatically be able to communicate spirits, but I'm spending $400
Okay.
something dollars or
Yeah.
whatever to Austin and whatnot and everything, buying these devices that they handmade to actually communicate spirits.
A lot of
Well,
people had good results with apps, or had
Sure.
okay. A lot of people have had results with apps. Let me rephrase that. Okay. But the issue I have is the open end on the conversations. Like you're in
yes.
somewhere. Hey, are you sitting next to me on the bed? I'm outside. Oh, you're outside. No, I'm in a, you know,
Well,
hey,
not
come
only
on.
that, it's like
You know,
I sit there and tell them also like with apps and everything. I mean, the theory is, I mean, we all know our cell phones tracking and everything. Big Brother, whatnot, listening. I mean, we sit there and talk about a dishwasher because our dishwasher's going out, and the next day you get on Facebook, you see all the ads for these dishwashers and stuff. So I
they
mean,
they have
you
come
give
out with that.
access, yeah, you give
Yeah.
access, location, and everything to these apps because they sit there and ask when you sit there and download them. That's what they're asking. So I mean, is that something that it's pinpointing where you're at and everything, kind of
Uh,
figuring things out?
A couple of the
It-
new apps do use AI, so
yeah.
they will location, all the history, all the claims of the location before you turn that on airplane mode.
Yeah.
That's been, I can't say debunked, but that's been proven that they do use that. So smart. Not giving them credit for doing that. But when you go to Mass and Seminary, Sarah, you get all the grave room, whatever you want to do, it's gonna, put all that information in and come spit out words with that information. Now,
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. It's one of those things that can a spirit interact with it? It's a possibility. Not going to say no. Is it less likely? Yes, I would say it's hard for me to say because I
but
it's
what do we
questions.
always say in a paranormal world? To verification, right? We always
Yes.
want 2 verifications.
Yeah.
You know, cat ball goes off. Sweet. Now the EMF goes off next to it. That's a motion sensor compared to EMF. So it's different type of, you know, if you get 2 verifications, cool. But and that's just the way it is. I'm not going to talk. I'm not getting debates about this crap. So
yeah.
So
I'll tell you that a couple years ago, we were at the Bel Air house, and this was my first introduction to the SLS camera at the time. A friend of mine had an SLS camera, and he was pointing it, and he was picking up something, stick figure over here. And Deb turns on her app for,
Good night, Jeff.
I think it's maybe Ghost Tube's SLS, right? And she's standing right behind him, pointing her SLS phone the same place he's pointing his SLS camera. And they're picking up exactly the same thing, the same motions. And I'm standing behind there with another camera recording the 2 of them. And I was just blown away that we could watch 2 different devices do exactly the same way. Now, could they both be picking up? Well, so it's supposed to be working on the joints, right? As to what it picks up. There was nothing there. It was a wall. There wasn't a lamp in front of it. There wasn't a chair in front. It was just a wall. And so they both picked up the same thing. And then I'm like, what the hell is this? How can they both be picking up the same thing at the same time? Coincidence?
I don't think
I don't
so.
know.
I think spirits can maybe manipulate apps by this goes into the orb theory. You know, is everything orbs? No, we kind of throw it out because 99% are not orbs, they're dust or they're bugs. And same with, I think, with apps. Is there some truth to some? They say, yes, you guys have had experiences with it, but can we count that because 99% is BS? You know, that's what it goes into.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that's
mean,
just me.
thing is, I mean, truly, it should. I'm not trying to tell everyone how to sit there and investigate and everything, or how to believe, but I mean, there's truly no factual evidence
Oh no,
for us and everything.
No.
So I mean,
there's
the way
interesting
we're
stuff.
doing it and everything could be completely wrong, and it could be cell phone apps. Who knows?
Yeah,
And stuff.
very
I
true.
mean,
Yeah.
it's basically try and set and debunk. Don't take everything to heart, because, like, I mean, the evidence that we sit there and got and everything when we first started. I mean, we don't fully believe it and everything till we truly can fully debunk. And even then, we're not sitting there saying it's paranormal. It's for you as the viewer to decide and stuff.
Yeah.
If
And
you
that
want
goes
to
with the pair of respect, like
Yes.
Nacho always says. Okay, we like investigating our way, and we investigate together because we investigate the same way. Now you have another group that goes in there and they're complete assholes.
Yeah.
They could be the ones that find the answers. We don't
Yeah.
know.
They could
it
be.
might work out for them, or
Yeah.
or like the theory we sit there and say, it depends on the mindset you go in. You're going to get the response on your mindset. If you go in being an asshole, you're going to get more of the asshole spirits.
But
Well,
that's
and-
maybe what we're talking to.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and then the para respect part. When you were mentioning, like, it, we've all investigated together. We all have had different devices. We've all had different things. But what I've loved about all of us,
What the
all,
fuck
that
was that?
was that.
That was my light flickering. There's a huge thunderstorm coming.
Oh,
Oh,
but
sure.
yeah, but
I was waiting for
that's all in
him to
the
put
attic.
it up.
yeah,
It's all in
Maybe
the attic
Scotty.
taking control.
yeah. But the whole part is we've never judged. We've been around each other enough to know not to judge each other's equipment, and that's one of my biggest things, because we've endured that recently, of someone just absolutely, just because they think they hand built something, trashed everybody's gear. And it's like, listen, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be a complete a-hole. If you do that in my presence ever again, I promise you're gonna be asked to leave. Like, that's just because, once again, it's a pair of respect. you have some people that are brand new at this that could be at an event or could be that decided to show up. And if you're sitting there doing that, we want more people to be involved in the paranormal.
Right.
We want more people to ask these questions because, once again, curiosity is the key. Curiosity is what we need in our lives. Why are we going to down them for this? You know what I mean? And when you bring it up, I know I went on a little tangent, but it just upsets me because
Right.
we're pushing these people out just for if we down their beliefs or if we down their equipment or even down other people's equipment in front of them, you're leading to a thing
because
that's just not fair, man.
I mean, the
You're
person
pushing
he
people
talked
out.
about and everything was at a press event.
Yeah, I saw that post.
Yeah, that person even sit there and down the people that doesn't use equipment, and he was questioning him like, well, "Why? You're not a true paranormal." But I mean, as of right now, it stands and everything. I mean, they caught the most
Compelling thing I've seen.
compelling evidence that we have sit there and seen for the Broadwell and everything. I mean, they caught just on their cell phone recording, walking, doing their thing, and they caught two figures in a bedroom at the same time, basically.
Yeah.
You want to sit there and question them like you're not paranormal because you're not using these equipment and stuff. I mean, you want to sit there and go back in the good old days and everything. I mean, Ed and Lorraine and everything. I mean, hell, they used tape recorders and all that. They didn't have the technology we had now.
Nah, man, I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Who made this person king shit?
Yeah,
You?
well, no,
Seriously, yeah, I mean, that can be a whole another topic that I'm not going to get into and everything because I mean, it's one member of that team and everything, but I mean, we also kind of helped them out and everything, and it's just like it was personally a slap in our face. It's like
it was. It was but then it leads to the next, like our main topic of what we were talking about what's next for our teams. My next thing is I'm going to defend the people that want to be in this field. I'm not going to sit there and just be quiet no more. When people are going to be offensive to others, I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be there no more. I am absolutely thankful for the relationships that we've built through this. If I'm thankful for anything out of the paranormal side, it is not even if we found that the utmost answer to all of it, it still wouldn't be the most thing I'm thankful for. The most thing I'm thankful for is you guys. All the amazing people and teams that we've gotten to meet in this, and then the main friendships that we've built. That is most important to me.
Yeah.
And I want to see more people be able to enjoy that, and that is what's next for me and our team. Travis, we've talked about this time and time over again. What would we have done different in that position? And that is to stand up for those that need standing up for. And
because I mean, when we first started, what hooked us at Bardwell? I personally know the owner. I work with him at the fire department and everything at Bardwell. Me, Justin, he's like, dude, I really love paranormal. We was watching Ghost Adventures, whether you like them or why not, whatever. I'm like, I know a location that's personally close. I'll reach out to him. We sit there and we got a private open house. It's just us. I mean, we're using our cell phone. We caught a Class A EVP on our cell phone.
Simple recorder. We're just recording on our phone.
Yeah. And that's what got it hooked. And we was worried about like, I'm like, dude, I want to start a team. I was already sitting there starting, and I told him, I'm like, hey, this is what it is. It's live on Facebook. He's like, really? I'm like, oh, yeah. And we was worried about us, like, coming into this field. How are we going to be met and everything? Is it going to be a battle to sit there and try and prove ourselves and everything? And ever since we sit there and started over a year and a half ago, we have been met with amazing people that have supported us. All of our viewers, I mean, we're almost at 2,000 followers, which I like to call friends. We met you, Ryan, Nacho, Deborah, RC Paranormal, 27 Spirits, Damien, Jennifer, all these amazing people on different beliefs that kind of lines up with us and everything. But I mean, still, we're all different in our own ways. That we have been met with the utmost respect and everything. It's like, you guys are here to try and sit there and understand what's the unknown. We're here to support you, and that's our biggest goal. Is no matter what stops, it's going to be here to sit there and support the people that wants to get going and everything, and try and understand.
Right.
Basically screw the ones that wants to sit there and try and make themselves look the best.
Yeah. Be
Right.
you. Be you.
Be you. I mean, I tell everybody that on my podcast, keep being you. I mean, I do it. So, I mean, paranormal debate, yes, I blast certain stuff. Dolls. I know Nacho collects dolls. My moderator was Stephanie, who sells haunted dolls. And I was against someone who has a haunted doll museum. I learned so much in that podcast. And that's what's about learning.
I think almost anyone could learn and everything. I mean, I love the way they, especially one that has a museum, how they go on finding out and stuff. I mean, they do rigorous testing.
Yeah, they do a lot of testing.
That's amazing.
Like 4 or 5 weeks testing on each doll. I mean, I learned a lot just about the history. Yes, I'm going to blast dolls. I'm going to blast psychic mediums. I'm going to blast everybody. I'm not blasting anybody particular. Okay, I'm not here to call out names.
And that's perfectly the right way to do it.
Right.
Well, yeah,
and
exactly.
And if I'm debating something and you're sitting off in wherever state you are, is he talking about me? First of all, I never met you. Okay. Second of all, if you think I'm talking about you, probably freaking talking about you, even if I never met you. Okay. Just let that sink in. If I'm saying, hey, dolls are clickbait. Well, no, they're not. I don't do that, do I? No, he's full of shit. Okay. Well, you just answer your own question. All right. So, I mean, I'm not a big believer of bringing dolls into haunted places. I'm not a big believer of bringing other spirits into a place you pay to talk to those spirits.
Yep.
That's my belief.
And
if you guys want to bring a doll in,
sit there and done.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
and that's why mine stay home 99% of the time, unless I get to mess with Justin.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole different story.
Hey, you get permission from me and everything, and then before Justin shows up, I sit there and ask the location. It's all good. So,
and actually, the only time that I brought a doll when you were there was I didn't even bring it. I received the doll there, and that was Molly. We got her there, and she just had to be there. There was no way.
Yeah, you guys just to let you guys know what you've started for me. Okay, Meg and them came down, and her daughter presented me with a gift of a doll. Wonderful.
I know.
And I've already had several people message me asking me for my address to send me dolls. I have read them. I have not commented yet.
I have the address. Just ask. I have it.
Yeah, we'll post it later.
Verona Ghost. Reach out to Verona Ghost. He asked my permission to give the address out.
I'm now going to put it on my closing of my podcast. Send calls too.
Yeah, but dude, and I'm telling you, just this small, we've already had I started with 0 dolls, mind you, and I now have 5 dolls, 6 dolls. All right, that's wild. That's too many. but no, but back to the serious point, if it's on a debate, I'm logging in to watch a debate. I'm watching you, Ryan, debate something that you don't necessarily believe in, and I'm watching someone else debate you if they believe in something. If my feelings get hurt because you're obviously doing a debate that I logged on to watch, that's on me. That's not on you guys. If Nacho's doing a debate on his channel, and I log on to watch the debate, I have no right to get mad or upset about that. Now, yes, if you're going to every event or every, when you investigate with other people and you immediately start out, then I'm going to have a problem. But you're doing it as a debate on your platform in a place that is managed and mitigated with respect and honesty. And both of you guys have always done that on both of your guys' lives, is you guys have approached everything with respect, integrity, and honor. And that is what's most important in this field, is respect, integrity, and honor. So, yes, when you're debating the dolls, do I believe every doll's haunted, even the ones that haven't even been bought at Walmart? Yes, I do. They're freaky. I don't like dolls. But am I going to get upset when Ryan says, no, they're not haunted, Justin? You're being dumb. No, because he has a debate. I'm logging on to watch a debate. I can't get upset about it.
Okay. So the reason I started the debate.
Until they go so far as to get T-shirts made about dolls.
Sad, buddy. I seen you wrapping it, and dude, I wear that shirt constantly. My wife sits there and laughs because that is my number one shirt I wear everywhere, man.
So he wore it to Billy Creek last week too.
Yeah.
Ryan
For
did.
Nacho.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm really not. The debate is mainly like, where is this field going? Oh, Travis jumped off. Are we going to get answers from a doll? Are we going to get the psychic medium thing? Trust me, it's going to blow up. Like, I'm not getting debate. I got my theories. We're going to say that for the debate. But are we going to get answers from dolls of what we're looking for? What are we looking for? Answers. So that's my debate is, what are we doing? Are we going? Have a good night, Kristen. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Kristen.
Like, what are we doing? Are we going to get the answers we're looking for? Am I going to find different dimension through a doll? It's possible. Again, we don't know.
If you find the right one, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it might be locked in my attic. I don't know.
There's all of the answers right there. It's the one that's locked in the attic the whole time. It's been there. Oh, you're gonna have to. No, don't. I was gonna say something. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, what's your address, Justin?
I was gonna say you need to show us this doll, but never mind. I don't want to see it. I ain't gonna lie. I've retracted that real quick.
No, but it's like, where are we going as a paranormal field? Like, okay, so psychic mediums, there's from 8 months ago, there's 1,000 more out there. Every team has a psychic medium. All right. Are they real?
We don't yet.
We can't prove it. We can't prove that they're fake. We can't prove that they're real. We have no proof, just like paranormal. We have no proof. We have our beliefs. Can I call you full of shit? Yes. Am I going to? Most likely, because that's who I am. Okay. Until you prove it.
Yeah.
So now the what kind of came out. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna call it what debate, but para unity, whatever you want to call it. I think it's going to 3 or 4 person panel on that.
I'm down for that because I mean, even in our year and a half, almost 2 years and everything. I mean, we was a big supporter of it and everything, but now it's kind of like what Nacho has recently said there. Now it's more of a pair respect because.
Well, let's get in that. What is unity? Someone who believes in the same thing, but respects the other people in the field. Just because I don't believe in apps, I still respect them. It's still unity by definition. So if we get the respect aspect down, it is still para unity. Just because I don't want to work with certain groups because I don't like the way they investigate, or maybe I just don't like them as a person, because there are people out there you just don't click with. I'm not going to bash them. The issue is with the unities that people are bashing other people because they want to put themselves on a little pedestal. And
I think
pedestal.
I think that's what the para unity is turning into.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it with the famous people.
Yeah, and they're lately, yeah.
Adam Berry. Okay, we're not calling names out. Adam Berry did it this week.
Yeah, he did.
All right,
so you got your respect, because respect is the very bottom of anything that you should be doing in this. If you don't go into a place with respect for the owners, for the facilities, for the spirits, for the people you're going with, then you shouldn't even be doing this. That is the very, very low baseline of any of it.
But you're talking
you
like
don't
1%.
Have to.
You're talking about location and people you're working with. I'm talking about the whole.
No, all the way across. Everywhere you go, you should be showing this respect. And if you can't do that, there's never going to be any type of unity.
Well, that even goes beyond the paranormal field. I feel like that should be a basic life standard thing. Is when
human, yes,
we should be doing everything, no matter what we do, with respect. If I come into Walmart, listen, I've gotten mad so many times at people at Walmart. You know what I mean? They give me a look weird. They run into me with their cart, whatever. I should still respect them. Like, listen, are they in a hurry? I don't know what they got going on in their life.
Yeah.
The basic standards of life is we need to have the, basic respect, and unfortunately, the world has lost a good portion of that.
I think in paranormal world is people are trying to be above everybody else. Instead of making themselves look good, they try to make other people look bad to make themselves look good. Just be honest, be yourself. I mean, if you have a disrespectful personality, that's who you are. You
Yeah.
know, move on, dude. Like, we
Don't
don't
be
need
mad
this
when
crap.
people don't want to interact with you, right? I mean, you can be who you are, but you can't be upset when certain people don't react with you. You
Exactly.
know,
I mean, there's groups out there I don't want to work with. I just
I mean,
don't work with them.
yeah,
It's nothing against them. Go do your thing.
right. Go
Yeah.
do your
You're
thing,
just
but
you're not
don't
my
be
cup
mad
of
when
tea.
other people won't. Yeah,
No, we can be happy for people. Like, listen, the term "I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy." That term always cracks me up because obviously you care enough about your worst enemy that you're claiming that you respect them enough that you don't want something bad to happen to them.
Right.
And that falls into the same feeling of, someone might rub me the wrong way. They might do something that I don't like, but I should still have enough respect and honesty to be like, hey, you know what? Like, do your thing, gal. Do your thing, guy. I don't care. You're going to live your life. I'm happy for you. I want you to succeed. But don't get mad at me if I don't answer when you come knocking at my door because you're upset about something. I don't want any of that. You know what I mean? But you know what? I will tell you, I'm cheering for you regardless. Do your thing. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. And that's the way that life has to be. I'm a person that, and Travis knows this out of anybody. I'm a person that it really bugs me when someone don't like me. I try to be a person that everybody likes. I want to be that person that people can trust and talk to and everything. And I've ran into several instances of my life where someone says they've spread rumors about me or they've said they don't like me. That bugs the fire out of me. And I want to know why. It doesn't even make me mad. It just eats at me because what have I done to make you not like me? I want to fix it. But in realization, and Travis has also helped me with this in my time of knowing Travis, and all my family have helped me, is you're not going to please everybody in this world. It just is what it is. And
move on.
and you'll never change their opinion no matter what you do.
No. And I've had to learn, and I still, God bless, it's still one of the hardest things that I have to do. I have to be understanding and accepting of that. It's all right. It's all right not to be liked. It's all right to have someone. But you know what? The aspect that I should be looking at it is, you don't like me. That's cool. I like you. I think you're cool. Whatever, right? I'm happy for you. We can live our separate lives. It's not the end of the world. There's a billion other people that I can go out and meet. You know what I mean? That one person shouldn't be the one thing that brings me down. So,
as long as you're being you're doing what you believe is right, and you have that close connection with other people, your family, your friends, it doesn't matter what other people think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a soulless ginger, dude. I'm the prime example of not caring what people think, dude. I'll tell you straight now. I've been called names left and right through my whole life. Don't really give a shit. I know who I am.
I got two of them, my wife and my son. His red hair is not going, which I love it to death because I always want to sit there and make my wife happy. She always wanted a redheaded child.
Careful what you wish for.
I married one. It's all good. Trust me. I mean,
wish for, dude.
she's staying here so I can sit there and say it. She might watch this later and everything, even though she don't like the paranormal. But I mean, love her to death. I wouldn't change it for the world.
I agree, Deb. I agree 100%.
All right. So, any closing statements? We're about 2 hours into this.
Nacho only watch. I mean, hell, it's been a while since we've done this.
He's way past his bedtime here.
Yeah,
It is. It's way past.
It's normally over an hour. He won't watch.
All right. Next year,
Usually,
make this quick.
usually by 8 o'clock I go to bed.
One closing thing for me, it's awesome to hear your guys' voice. It's awesome to be back on here with you
Yeah,
guys.
I miss
We
you
miss you
guys. I
guys.
mean, we talk,
Definitely.
we
What kind of
message each
bourbon he's
other.
drinking?
We message each other all the time. Like, dude, I gotta get down there. We gotta get together.
Yes.
It's been rough, family, work, and everything else that's going on in our lives. I do want to mention that December 1st, I will be doing a solo in Madison for 10 hours. So everybody's going to have to stay tuned live for that.
That
So
sounds fun.
I'm kind of excited. I think me and Madison, we gotta get some. We have a little connection. We gotta get some things worked out.
I personally need to get back to Madison. It's been calling me.
Oh man! Uh-oh.
The only place that's really calling me, and I've never even been there, and it's the place that Deb and Nacho have been to, the Reliquary. I have found myself.
I was supposed to go there tomorrow. And Blue's like, sorry, I can't make it in town. I was supposed to do a podcast with her tomorrow and do investigation with her. And Blue fashion, she doesn't know any schedule. So I'm like texting her. I'm like, hey, what's okay, whatever. Like, so I'm past that. Like, I really don't care. Like, all right, cool. People are like, you have to do it. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm booked up for the next 2 months. Like, I don't really care if I do another podcast or not with her. She's great. I love Blue. She's a good person. People have met her, but time management, sucks.
I mean, I would love Royal Kelly, but I mean, right now, Madison, I don't know.
If you want to get Madison, let me know. I am planning on an event next year. I got to talk to Adam still. I want to do a paranormal cookout. I did steal that from another group. They're doing a paranormal cookout, but it's going to be a charity thing. So we're going to cook out.
I mean, give me a heads up and everything. I'll figure out a way. I'm good at smoking meat and everything. I'll figure out a way to transfer my smoker.
I've heard that before.
I was waiting
for you, Nacho.
Yeah, it'll be next year, springtime, probably late spring. We're going to do something. So we'll keep everybody in touch with that.
Also, the Reliquary isn't far from Madison, so you could do it too if you planned it right.
I think it's an hour 15.
I'm always good for 2.
I've also heard that.
Listen,
I mean, like Justin said, for us, make it quick. Hopefully within next year and everything. I mean, our schedules being in the fire service, it sucks, especially here lately for me. I'm averaging 180 hours a paycheck and everything. So hopefully next year we can sit there, and I really want to do more investigations. Our team, even if it's just me and Justin, we want to get out there with more teams, even try it out for once and everything, and see if we can make it work. If not, it is what it is. But, I mean, we just want to get that out, more locations, more teams, and just experience people.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Checking out different places. I'm going to Scotland next year. I said, F it. Let's just go have fun. So I'm trying to go over something every year. I'm like, Scotland. It was Scotland or Italy, but I'll take my wife to Italy. So we're going to go to Scotland next year, do some investigations. And hopefully.
I want to go to the Vatican.
I know. I bet your name all the time on my podcast. I give you props. Travis, my boy Travis at the Vatican, and people are like, dude, that's awesome. Like, they always say that when I ask for bucket list.
I mean, never heard anything paranormal, but I mean, it's a secret. Oh, 100%. Yeah. But I mean, the secrets.
Yeah.
You get a spirit sit there and.
See, I'm gonna sound morbid. I want to. My dream location has changed since very first.
Throw it out there.
And it's gonna be Auschwitz. It's gonna be.
That's been brought up too. That's interesting because a lot of people don't. I've been trying to find a freaking German paranormal group. I cannot find anybody over there. Even Emily Paranormal is looking because that's the place I wanted to go. Is Germany.
Yeah.
And nothing. I don't know if they just don't do it over there or they're just secret about it. I don't know. Secret. I still want to do catacombs with no flashlight. That's my.
Ain't no way, bro. That's just like being thrown
I-
up.
I would join you. I mean, fuck it. What's going to happen? We never return. Oh well.
I gotta have a flashlight, dog. I can't. I got.
I mean, I should have learned because with Mandy, I fell through a freaking floor. I mean,
Right.
I mean, but no flashlight catacombs. Have one on you for safety reasons, but you can't use it during investigation, dude. Like,
Well, no, like if I'm stationary, I'll be cool with it. But if I'm
no,
moving,
like you gotta feel around. Oh, that feels like a human skull there. Okay, let's move on.
oh,
Because it is.
this is Timmy's head. I'm sorry, bud. No, sorry, my finger went in your nose. Oh, bud.
Oh, that's a vampire bat that just bit into me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that was a werewolf.
Yeah.
Just call me Stubby. No,
No, I'm with you on this, Nacho. Hey, no way.
Yeah,
That's up to you guys.
What's the
And
worst going to
Hellfire.
happen? You just won't return. Oh wow.
I just said, what's the worst that happened? Vampire bats, werewolves.
Bats, wolves, and then I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
survive
no way.
all of that.
You're not coming back out to the public to infect them, so it's all good.
or I like to do Hellfire caves too. That's another one. So those are two. All right, so we're gonna end
All right.
this. Any closing remarks? I mean, I'm glad you guys jumped on. It's good to hear you guys again.
This was good and everything. Like you said, I can't believe we've been doing Beyond the Spence for 10 months.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta get some
it's-
guests on.
Yes, anyone that's been watching this, share this. We're down for guests. Is sit there and talk and find out more and everything. This is more personal than just Trap Souls podcast. We really want to know more about you guys.
Yeah,
hit,
that's what it's about.
hit us up. Any one of us. Ryan is probably the best, but I mean, still hit us up.
I get like
And-
15 emails a day. That's just Justin. He'll give you your address.
Yeah.
Send him a doll.
Yeah,
come on the show.
so hit me up and
You can
I'll
only
give
come
you
on a
Justin's
show
address.
if you send Justin a doll. That's what
Yep.
it is.
That's the price.
That's the price.
Yeah. My closing remark is: I know Deb's listening. I just seen the comment of it might be a voodoo doll from New Orleans.
I'm going there next year.
Yeah, that's nice, Deb. If you want, you can put it right there behind Nacho. I see a spot that you can put it if you want.
So we used to have a voodoo doll, and we gave it to somebody who wanted it, like they would take care of it. And dude had a heart attack. His car broke down, and he lost his job all in the same week.
I mean, look up why voodoo dolls started. It'll make you feel better.
Yeah, no, I'm all right. I anything doll.
No,
wise,
I
need to
actually
look
will.
up. I'll look
You
it
know-
up for you, Ryan, and I'll give you a report back.
Yeah, give
All
me
right.
a report back. Yeah, I'm going
Evil.
New Orleans Paracon next year. So obviously, if you guys want to come down, let's go have a good time in New Orleans.
I would love to go down to New Orleans.
I mean, my
not gonna
wife's
lie.
going to come. Her friend's going to come. We're going to do Paracon, and then we're going to hang out rest of the night and just go see the town. So I mean, it should be a good
Yeah.
time. All right. Well, thanks for jumping on. 2 hours,
All right.
7 minutes. I don't plan on breaking any records tonight. Nacho might be asleep. I'm not sure. He's just looking down. We'll get together soon. RC Paranormal wants to go out to Broadwell soon. So we'll try to get something together with that.
We're working on something possibly for Halloween. Stay tuned. We're going to reach
All
out to people.
Yeah, everybody follow Southern Ohio Paranormal Society if you're not following already on
Verona.
Facebook, and Verona Ghost Chasers on Facebook, and the
And
other
Trap
side.
Souls.
You don't have to follow. It's fine, dude. The
Not-
other side, the other side of
Normal.
normal. There you go. I was about to say other side of paranormal, but the other side of normal. Also, Nacho with his podcast, check him out. Always great content. When I can have time to check it out, because he starts at 6 and I get off work at 6. So
It's because I got to go to bed.
yeah, because he's tired. But if you want to come on a show, drop me email trapsoul0@gmail.com or just comment here and we'll get a hold of you. And that's it, man. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. It was good to see y'all.
Good
Yeah,
season.
it was nice talking to you all.
We'll keep in touch and have a good one. Thanks everybody who jumped on.